Hello and welcome to our program, Loving the Forgotten. I am Dane Fletcher. Loving the Forgotten is not just the name of our program, it is also the theme of Global Youth Day 2022. For this program, we feature activities of youth impacting lives all across Jamaica. For this episode, we feature East St. Mary and West Portland. Stay tuned for sneak peeks of what has been happening. Whoa! Joining us online is Keshan Roper from the West Portland Federation. Keshan, it's good to have you. Welcome to our program.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. And I see that you have been busy doing some awesome work over there in West Portland.
Most definitely. Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, while you do that, I just want to say that I'm also inspired by the awesome work that has been happening over in East St. Mary, where you're caring for a person in your community. You identify a need, that gentleman who so earnestly need a house as he's living in deplorable conditions, and that you are so passionate. In fact, I learned that over in Northeast Jamaica Conference, the young people are really mad that is making a difference. So you continue to make a big difference, and I hope that as you seek to meet that need for the gentleman in East St. Mary, that other young persons will be inspired to make a big difference. So now, Keshan, tell me what's happening over in your federation in West Portland.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, Director. Well, in West Portland, we're having a good time, praising God. We're trying to do what is right. You know, we're differentiating good from evil. And what we have been doing is very encouraging to others, as, you know, it is proven. The fact that we have given rise to certain persons in our community, in our surroundings, that can be considered forgotten.
So tell us more about what you did to impact your community with regards to loving the forgotten. We know that you have cared for persons around, so share more about the direct impact for loving the forgotten.
Right. Now, loving the forgotten, it is a very good initiative. We have stepped out on the 13th of February, where we had cooked meals for the homeless and the elderly. It has been appreciated much, as we have noticed. And just before that, we had found out the challenges that persons may have in our community, you know, whether it be for food, for clothing, for shelter. And the only thing, the one thing that stood out was that they needed a cooked meal. In certain communities where we have visited, we saw persons laying on the public seatings and they had nothing to eat. So therefore, I came up with the perspective that we need to maybe, you know, issue a few warm meal to them, to those persons on the outside.
So as you did that, Keshan, tell me, is it that you feel like you have done enough, or you felt inspired to do so much more? Tell us more about the feeling that you had as you shared.
Yes, there's capacity for development, I must add. But what we've done, it is a notch, a little cut above the rest of, you know, the things that we have done. It gives rise to a more wanting of loving, a more wanting of getting things to perspective where we can share with each other. So yes, we do have capacity to develop and do more.
All right. So if I'm hearing you clearly, you're saying that just being engaged serves as an inspiration for you to do even so much more, that you have highlighted many needs, and that as the needs are highlighted, you will seek to get more young people involved in loving the forgotten.
That is correct.
Thanks very much for sharing, Keshan, and I hope that you and the other youth over there in West Portland will continue to blaze a trail as you do acts of kindness to love the forgotten. Now, just in case you're wondering how you can love the forgotten, here is Fabia Phillips Lawrence as she will share tips with you as to how you can love the forgotten.
Here is one way to minister to the forgotten. During your next trip to the supermarket, pick up a few extra items that you can pack for a healthy, filling meal and deliver it with a smile.
Thank you very much, and thanks for joining us for Loving the Forgotten. And always remember, nothing but Christ's method alone will do. For the Savior mingled with men as one who desired their good, ministered to their needs, won their confidence, and bade them follow me. I will go and do likewise. How about you?